Back here at Legion Field in Fort Morgan as we get ready for the start of today's contest between the Valley Vikings and the Fort Morgan Mustangs. I'm Chris Boldrum. Our opening pitch tonight is presented by Better Electric, covering all your electrical work from residential to commercial to agricultural. Better does matter. Call 970-521-1030. Let's take a look at the starting pitcher for tonight's contest. J.J. Marquez, third on the team in innings pitched this season. The senior, 16 2/3 innings of work. He has a 2-0 record in 6 appearances, 2 starts, a 3.78 earned run average. Over those 16 2/3 innings, he's given up 16 runs, 9 earned on 15 hits, has walked 14 and struck out 15. He'll get Alfonso Medina, Brody Loveland, Seth Kistler, 1, 2, and 3 atop the order for the Valley Vikings, followed by Isaiah Romero, Caleb Dudley, Trent Mestis, 4, 5, and 6. Ivan Signs, Clay Gable, Elijah Blanco, 7, 8, and 9 for the Vikings as the right-hander Medina steps in against the right-hander Marquez, and a good fastball from JJ across the plate for a called strike to get things started. It is 6:19 on the clock as that pitch misses in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike on Medina. At first pitch, as I mentioned, blue skies, nary a cloud overhead as the 1-1 is chopped on a high bouncer past the third base line and foul. Count swings in favor of the pitcher Marquez. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Absolutely gorgeous evening for baseball as Marquez is back on the rubber ready to go. Medina digs in the 1-2 offering. It is poked towards second base and into center field for a leadoff single. Medina doing what a good hitter does in a 2-strike count, just threw the bat head out there to make contact and was able to do so successfully and get the leadoff single. He's aboard. For Brody Loveland, the Valley shortstop. Loveland, a senior, hitting .279 on the year, 6 runs batted in. Shows bunt and offers at the first pitch from Marquez. Comes up empty for strike 1. It is 68 degrees and sunny right now, although we do have a freeze watch in effect for late Friday night through Saturday morning. So a change in the weather definitely on the way. In fact, they've already made adjustments to the Friday baseball schedule as a result. The 0-1 pitch fouled back by Loveland to the screen, and it is quickly an 0-2 count. Got word from our longtime sports guy, John Beltran, that due to weather this Friday, the Fort Morgan Platte Valley baseball game is now going to be played tomorrow starting at 3:30 on B106. Kevin Fergus will be there for the call. A couple of throws over to first, and Medina's back in safely on both. Take a look at that upcoming forecast. It is calling for much cooler conditions. Slider stays up and in to Loveland as it didn't quite have that downward break from Marquez. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 80s tomorrow, but then Friday a high near 40. As the 1-2 pitch is rolled sharply to short. Chisholm moves over, gets the grab, the throw to second for 1, on to first, roll it up, 6-4-3, the double play off the bat of Brody Loveland, and the Fort Morgan Mustangs erase the leadoff single on the twin killing. Excellent work on the turn by Isaiah Ortiz, the second baseman, as he was able to spin and fire a strike over to first. Alvarez there to corral it, and the Mustangs get the 6-4-3 double play to put nobody on the board. With 2 away, Seth Kistler at the plate will take a breaking ball that drops low. 4-1. So for Morgan and Platte Valley tomorrow at 3:30, not Friday due to the weather, as Kistler will hit a bouncer over to second. Ortiz bobbles it off the initial attempt, but he's able to scoop and fire in time to get Kistler by a half a step. And that will retire the side. A leadoff single for Valley, but the Mustangs get a double play to erase the base runner. It turns into a 1-2-3 top half of the first. We're scoreless heading to the bottom of the first. From Legion Field in Fort Morgan on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back at Legion Field in Fort Morgan, the Mustangs and the Vikings tied at nothing as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the starting offense for the Mustangs, presented by Better Electric, covering all your electrical work from residential to commercial to agricultural. Better does matter. Call 970-521-1030. It'll be Cooper Chisholm, Jaden Carrera, and Riley Elrick, 1, 2, and 3. Royer Alvarez, Isaiah Ortiz, Oakley Kennington, 4, 5, and 6. Cooper Bulliard, Frank Urias, and Luis Hernandez, 7, 8, and 9 for the Mustangs. Meanwhile, defensively for Valley, it's Seth Kistler on the bump, Caleb Dudley behind the plate, Clay Gable at first, Trent Mestis at second, Ivan Sines at third, Brody Loveland at short, Isaiah Romero, Alfonso Medina, and Elijah Blanco left to right in the outfield. Cooper Chisholm to get it started for the Mustangs atop the order, and he's firing at the first pitch and fouls it out of play for strike one. Coop coming into today hitting .440 on the year. 22 hits in 50 at-bats. That's a pretty solid season of work for old number 11 as he fouls one off at the plate. And he's quickly down, no balls and 2 strikes. The left-handed hitting shortstop has been outstanding. 9 runs batted in atop the order, a double and a triple on the season, 18 runs scored. The 0-2 offering on the way from Kistler dances outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The .440 batting average is impressive, especially when consider the OBP is only .482. I say only .482. That's still a ridiculous number. The 1-2 pitch, fought off foul and out of play. Still a ball and 2 strikes. But when you consider that Cooper has just 2 walks on the season and has been hit by 3 pitches to go along with 4 strikeouts, he's pretty much shown that if he's going to get on, it's going to be via the hit. The 1-2 pitch, and he'll fight another one off foul, and we'll do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's not every day that you see a leadoff hitter hitting .440 and then also have just 2 walks on the season. The 1-2 just outside. Kistler thought he had strike 3 and was about ready to take a little trip around the back of the mound so they could throw the ball around the infield. Instead, he'll get back on the rubber for a 2-2 offering to Chisholm. Deep breath from the right-hander Kistler. Glove up by the face, winds and fires, and Chisholm will fight off another 2-strike pitch. 7 pitches in the at-bat for Chisholm so far. Keeps it tied at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Run through the numbers for Kistler this season after this 2-2 offering. The righty kicks and fires. Called strike 3. On a breaking ball down and in, Chisholm Cooper Chisholm was less than pleased with the call, but he just sort of smiled and walked away after a battle like that. With that kind of at-bat, he was getting ready to see pitch number 9 if that's not called a strike, and he fought off some really tough pitches. What's crazy is the ball 2 pitch was barely off the strike zone, and then that breaking ball down and in gets called a strike, and Didn't look like it was anywhere near the zone. First pitch to Jaden Carrera's high and tight for ball one as it spins Carrera out of the way. Carrera, on the other hand, has 12 walks on the year, a .608 on-base percentage. And he's hitting .487 on the season as he fouls one straight back, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. For Seth Kistler, this will be appearance number 6. All 5 of his appearances have been starts. He's 3-0 with a .226 earned run average. Big right-hander ready to rock and fire as he winds and delivers, and the breaking ball is inside. 2 balls and a strike on Carrera. Kistler, a team-high 21 2/3 innings of work. He's given up 16 runs, 7 earned on 17 hits, 15 walks, and has struck out 38, now 39 after the punch-out to Chisholm. The 2-1 pitch dips down and away. 3 balls and a strike. That breaking ball not far off from the one that was called a strike just moments ago. Fort Morgan coaching staff still letting their thoughts be heard. The 3-1 high, ball 4. So Carrera draws the 5-pitch walk after the questionable strikeout of Chisholm to start the inning. There's a runner aboard with 1 away for Riley Elrick, the Fort Morgan catcher. No score, bottom of the first inning. Runner aboard with 1 out. Toss over to first, and back in safely is Carrera. Kistler out of the stretch, slide step delivery, and the first pitch to Elrick is high, 4-1. Longtime head coach Josh Langford flashing the signs in the third base coaching box, still fuming over that strikeout moments ago. Runner takes off on the pitch. The throw down to second is in time, but they're going to say Carrera got in underneath the tag, and now here comes Coach Kistler out of the dugout for the Vikings to have a conversation with the field umpire. So each of the team's coaches have already had disagreements with the umpiring crew. It was Josh Langford who did not like the strike 3 call by the home plate umpire on Cooper Chisholm and shared his thoughts and opinions in a very vocal manner. And now Coach Kistler is going to come out and have a chat with the field umpire as he thought that the tag was applied prior to the foot touching the bag by Jaden Carrera. It'll be a short conversation and then a quick trip back to the dugout for Kistler. So it's a 2-0 count on Elrick, and he will get a pitch and pop it up to left field, and there to make the catch is Isaiah Romero for out number 2. That will keep Carrera at second base and turn it to the cleanup hitter Royer Alvarez to try to do something with 2 outs. Elrick came into that at bat hitting .417 on the year with 12 runs batted in, tying him for second on the team with Carrera behind the aforementioned Alvarez, who's now at the plate. Alvarez, .317 average, does have a home run and a double on the year with those 14 RBIs, the team high in that category. And the first pitch is a big bender that drops in for a strike from Kistler. 0-1. That was a nasty hook. Started at the front shoulder of Alvarez, the right-handed hitter, and then dove across the plate for the strike. Kistler kicks, fires, breaking ball down and away. Check swing by Alvarez. They will appeal, and they'll say he did go around. So a swinging strike on Alvarez. And it's 0-2 on the big first baseman. He'll have to come through with 2 outs and 2 strikes now. Carrera off a second. Kistler gives him a look. The 0-2 pitch up and in, and that caught Alvarez up on the front arm.
Now batting, number 2, Isaiah Ortiz.
Well, Jaden Carrera nearly wore one off the front arm on the first pitch he saw before he eventually got on the walk. Alvarez on an 0-2 pitch takes one off the elbow, and he's at first. Carrera at second for Isaiah Ortiz, the second baseman. Ortiz in his senior campaign hitting .325 with 9 RBIs. He's got a double on the season. 13 for 40 on the year is number 2. First pitch swinging. He'll foul it out of play behind the backstop for strike 1. Vikings got a leadoff single from Alfonso Medina. He was erased on a 6-4-3 double play, and it turned into a 1-2-3 inning in the top half of the inning. A walk and a hit batsman here in the bottom of the first, no score, but the Mustangs threatening with 2 outs. The 0-1 foul down the first base line by Ortiz, and he's behind 0-2. Kistler trying to come up and in with a fastball on Alvarez in an 0-2 count. See if he tries to go inside with a fastball or if he relies on that breaking ball away. The 0-2, he went fastball away, and it was too far outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So he wanted to go with that velocity again on the 2-strike pitch, but instead of going in, decided he was going to go away. Now a conversation between Isaiah Ortiz and the home plate umpire, and the umpire saying that Ortiz was too far back in the box, that he was actually outside the batter's box. So he crowds that inside corner. And he'll turn and yank one to left, but on a line to Isaiah Romero, who makes the catch to end the inning. Ortiz turned on that one and gave it a ride, but a laser beam right at Romero in left to end the frame. Mustangs get a couple aboard on a walk and a hit batsman, but they do not score. We have played 1 full, no score, from Legion Field in Fort Morgan on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. All right, thank you. Back here in Fort Morgan, no score as we head to the top of the second inning. It is brought to you in part by Agricultural Accounting. You're a producer, not an accountant. Let them plow through your paperwork. Visit agman.co today to set up a consultation. Isaiah Romero, Caleb Dudley, Trent Mestis, 4, 5, and 6, the heart of the order, due up against J.J. Marquez. The first pitch to Romero is a breaking ball down in the dirt for ball 1. It's one of the many trains that pass through northeast Colorado on a regular basis makes its way past Legion Field. Right behind us in the press box. Pitch down and away. 2 balls and no strikes on Romero. Romero hitting out of the cleanup spot. Takes another pitch outside, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Marquez kicks and deals, and he'll take it low, ball 4. So Romero draws a 4-pitch walk to open up the second inning. The sophomore came into this at-bat hitting .463 on the year with 18 runs batted in. He has been perhaps the team's best hitter all season in just his second year of high school varsity action. At the plate, Caleb Dudley, the team's catcher, will take a first pitch strike on a fastball from Marquez, 0-1. Vikings got the leadoff man on a base hit to start the first, but a double play erased him. A huge jump at first by Isaiah Romero, and he is going to lose out on a stolen base on a foul ball by Dudley. Romero was 4 steps out of his break towards second before Marquez even started his windup. That was a monster jump by Romero. He would have been safe by a day and a half, but the foul ball off the plate means that he has to go back to first, and now Marquez is going to toss over to first to try to keep him close. 0-2 pitch, wasted foul on a line drive off the top of the Fort Morgan dugout, now to play. Still no balls and 2 strikes on Dudley. Romero, good speed over at first, takes his lead, being held on by Alvarez. The kick and the pitch, swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt with a runner at first. Dudley cannot try for first, so he's automatically out on the drop third strike.
Number 10, Vestas.
Runner remains at first with 1 away on the strikeout by Marquez, and at the plate will be Trent Mestis. Mestis, a senior, hitting .343 this year with 11 runs batted in. He's got 3 extra base hits, all of them doubles, and we get another throw over to keep Romero close. Valley with 45 stolen bases on the year in 49 attempts. Romero is 8 for 8 as the first pitch to Mestis is swung on and missed. A nasty bender there from Marquez to get ahead. JJ does not mess around. He pitches like he's got a hot dinner date. Gets on the rubber, gets ready to go. The big righty checks the runner out of the stretch. The pitch, swing and a miss. Looked like he pulled the string a little bit on that one. And it's now 0-2 on Trent Mestis. JJ winds, fires, little floater out towards shallow right. Frank Urias, the right fielder underneath it, will make the catch. And back to first goes Romero. And after the leadoff walk, a strikeout and a flyout. And there's 2 away with the runner still at first for Valley. Ivan Sands is at the plate now. That's how they pronounce it on the PA. I believe it's pronounced Signs, if memory serves. Marquez. Another toss over, and again Romero back in. Isaiah's not even the team leader in stolen bases this year for Valley. That would actually be Alfonso Medina, the senior, who's 14 for 14 on the year. As the first pitch to Signs misses for ball 1. Again, second time this year these two teams have squared off as the 1-0 pitch is ripped foul by Signs down the left side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mustangs got off to an early lead against Valley the first time they met and then held off a late rally by the Vikings to win 10-4. No score. We're in the top of the second inning with 2 down and a runner at first for Valley. Another toss over by Marquez, and now they've got the runner caught. The throw to second, and the tag applied, and Romero is cut down on the pickoff throw, and then the 3-4 putout at second. It'll go down as a caught stealing for Romero, the first time he's been caught stealing this season, and the Mustangs again overcome a leadoff base runner to work out of an inning. 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the second. It's scoreless on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. All right, thanks.
Leading off for the Mustangs, number 4.
Back here at Legion Field in Fort Morgan, the Mustangs and the Vikings tied at 0 in the bottom of the second inning. Our second inning is brought to you by Sydney Regional Medical Center. Don't let an injury keep you out of the game. Learn more at sydneyrmc.com. Oakley Kennington at the plate takes the first pitch he sees from Seth Kessler high. 4-1. The wind and the pitch. Misses up and away. 2 balls and no strikes on Kennington. Kennington hitting .289 this season. The offering from Kistler up and in with a fastball. 3 balls and no strikes. The junior. 3 doubles and a home run on the year. The Mustangs as a team have hit 4 of those. The 3-0. Called a strike at the belt. That was, I think, going to be a strike all the way unless it missed by 1.5 miles. 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 inside, ball 4. Kennington draws the walk. The Mustangs still without a hit, but they've had 3 base runners on a pair of walks and a hit batsman. They've got the leadoff man aboard for Cooper Bolliard. The Fort Morgan DH, the freshman, hitting just .176 on the year, but does have 9 runs batted in. 3 doubles and a home run on the season. He takes a first pitch up and away, 4-1. So the average may not be where he wants it, but the production has been solid. Only got 6 hits, but 4 of them are extra base hits as he takes a breaking ball that drops into the zone for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. And on 6 hits, you've driven in 9 runs and scored 8. That's not a bad season, all things considered, as that bender is a shade outside. 2 balls and 1 strike on Bolliard. Pitch on the way, runner takes off, got a late break. The throw down to second's going to be in plenty of time. Kennington, on what I believe was supposed to be a hit and run, is left out to dry as Bolliard could not connect on the swinging strike. It'll be a caught stealing. Now the 2-2 pitch, breaking ball down and away, 3-2. The 3-2 pitch, inside, ball 4. So Bolliard draws the walk. That's already the 4th, right? No, 3rd walk of the day for Kistler, who has yet to give up a hit. Frank Urias, the right fielder, now at the plate. Frankie hitting .286 on the year with 11 RBIs. 10 for 35, does have a double on the season. The first pitch up and in around the ear hole of Urias for ball 1. To say Seth Kistler has been wildly effective in the first inning and a third thus far would be an understatement. The 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1. He's thrown 36 pitches, has Kistler. $17 of those for strikes, 19 of them out of the zone. The 1-1, skied into shallow right. It's a long run for Mestis, the second baseman, and it's actually going to drop in foul territory. I don't know that the right fielder Elijah Blanco ever saw that ball. It was skied up into the high sky of this Wednesday evening. With the setting sun, I'm not sure Blanco ever saw it off the bat. It was behind the first baseman, Gable, and I don't think he was able to track it either. So the only person who had a beat on it was Mestis, and he had a lot of ground to cover to get to that ball, and unfortunately could not do so before it fell in foul territory. At least I should say, unfortunately, for the Valley Vikings. Fortunately for Fort Morgan, as it's a 1-2 count on Urias, who will get another crack at it. Check by Kistler over to first. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. So he gets Urias swinging for his second strikeout of the ball game. And Luis Hernandez, the 9-hole hitter for the Mustangs, will stride to the plate with 2 outs and a runner at first. Fort Morgan put 2 on the base paths in the first inning, couldn't score. Another on the base paths here in the second. But Valley looking to stave off any sort of run production by Fort Morgan. So Hernandez will take a first pitch strike from Seth Kistler. Hernandez hitting just 200 on the year. 4 for 20 with 1 run batted in so far. A 1 pitch, breaking ball, stays up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Culligan offers water softeners and drinking water systems for rent. Get good, clean water today by calling 970-427-8080. The 1-1 pitch, fastball up, 2 balls and a strike. Again, 41 pitches for Kistler, nearly 50-50 ball-to-strike ratio. In fact, he's thrown 21 balls to just 20 strikes. Gable holding Bollier on at first. The 2-1 is popped up off the fists behind home plate, and Dudley pins the ball up against the fence to make the catch, so it'll go as a foul ball, not an out. You cannot use the fence to corral it. Cooper Chisholm, the on-deck hitter, asked to move closer to the Fort Morgan dugout. Pitch missed up. 3 ball and 2 strikes on Luis Hernandez. Bollier to be moving on the 3-2 pitch. The offering is fouled out of play. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. Chisholm almost directly behind Hernandez in that right-handed batter's box. This is as close as you can probably get to being within the pitcher's field of vision without necessarily being in the pitcher's field of vision. Another foul ball off the 3-2 pitch by Kistler, and it's still a full count. This will be the 8th pitch of this at-bat. Hernandez battling with 2 outs and a runner at first in a scoreless ball game here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Kistler a deep breath as the big righty sets and fires, and that ball is turned and drilled towards left. Romero backpedaling, and he will make the catch on the move to end the inning. Hernandez with a pretty solid swing on that liner to left, but unfortunately it dies in the glove of Romero. And the 2nd inning comes to a close with 0s on the scoreboard. We head to the 3rd. The Mustangs and the Vikings tied at 0 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back here in Fort Morgan at Legion Field, the Fort Morgan Mustangs and the Valley Vikings tied at 0. Top of the 3rd inning is brought to you by Buckeye Welding Supply. You have questions, they have answers. Our area welders know what sets them apart at 330 South 11th Avenue in Sterling. At the plate, Ivan Signs as he takes the first pitch. Blown away for ball 1 from J.J. Marquez. The 1-0. That one skips into the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 straight innings. Marquez gave up a leadoff runner on a walk and a base hit. Both times the defense, though, got that base runner out and turned it into a 1-2-3 inning. Marquez spikes the 2-0 all the way to the backstop. 3 balls and no strikes. So Signs, who was at the plate when the runner was thrown out at second trying to steal, gets a fresh AB, and he takes 4 straight out of the zone.
Now batting number 22, Gable.
4-pitch walk to Signs. He's on for Clay Gable, the first baseman, hitting out of the 8th spot today for Valley. First pitch, Gable shows bunt. He'll put a good one down. Marquez off the mound to field it. He'll fire it over to first to get the out. So a successful sacrifice from Clay Gable as he will move the first potential run of the ball game into scoring position for the Vikings. For the 9-hole hitter, Elijah Blanco. Blanco takes the first pitch from Marquez up underneath the elbows for ball 1. Not a bad spot from Marquez, just missed the inside corner of the plate. The 1-0 popped up, foul and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike on Elijah Blanco, the senior hitting 200 on the year, with just 1 hit so far on the season. Big breaking ball drops on the inside half of the plate. 1-2 now on Blanco. Marquez looking for a big out, number 2, with a runner at second and 1 down. The righty kicks and fires. See ya, called strike 3. Went right back to that breaking ball that starts on the outside hip and works its way into the middle of the zone, and he gets the punch out of Blanco for the second out. That will turn it over to Alfonso Medina, the team's leadoff hitter, who has the only hit of the ball game for either side. He poked a base hit to center field his first time up. First pitch from Marquez, and he puts one on the inside corner for a called strike. He had Medina fooled. Thought that one was inside. He spun the shoulder out of the way, but it was called strike 1. The pitch in the dirt gets past Elric into the screen. And that wild pitch is going to move Signs to third with 2 outs. Scoreboard showed 2-1, but now 1-1 as they got it squared away. Deep breath from JJ. The 1-1 pitch on the way. It is just below the knees. 2 balls and a strike, maybe a shade outside. Man, that pitch did not miss by much. The 2-1, little soft liner to right. Frank Urias is playing in, and he'll make the catch for the final out of the inning. Once again, Valley gets a runner on base. Once again, the Fort Morgan Mustangs keep the Vikings off the board. It's 0-0. Bottom 3 next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. From Legion Field in Fort Morgan, we've got ourselves a scoreless ball game here in the bottom of the 3rd inning as the Fort Morgan Mustangs will send the top of the order to the plate against Seth Kistler to try to get something started in the 3rd. Brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Borrow your money, do your banking with people you know and people who know you. Stop by one of their locations across the plains or visit equitable-savings.com. First pitch to Cooper is off the end of the bat. A little slow roller to short. Loveland scoops and fires and gets Chisholm by a half step for the first out. Cooper had himself an 8-pitch at bat, battled on a couple of really tough 2-strike pitches, only to get called out on strikes on a questionable strike 3 call on a big breaking ball that looked like it was down and out of the zone, but was rung up nonetheless by the home plate umpire. And then he swings on the first pitch he sees in his second at bat and rolls over to short for the first out. Jaden Carrera now swings at the first pitch from Kistler and misses for strike 1. Carrera drew a walk his first time. He got pushed to second, but could not score as he was stranded at second. The 0-1, fouled straight back, and it's 0-2 on Carrera. Carrera needed 5 pitches to draw the walk in the first inning, stole second. Kistler shakes once, twice, 3 times now. And now a fourth before he finally nods, and Carrera, by the time Kistler made up his mind, steps out of the batter's box, and we'll have to reset. Now Kistler nods right away. Big deep breath from the right-hander as he winds and deals, and the bender is a slow roller back to the mound. Kistler's got it, sets up to make the throw, and delivers it on the money for the second out of the inning. So a ground out to short, a ground out to the pitcher, and there's 2 outs, nobody on for Riley Elrick. Elrick hit a soft fly to left his first time up. Mustangs still without a hit at this point as the offense has been scuffling of late. First pitch, breaking ball, drops out of the bottom of the zone for ball 1. Third inning brought to you in part by Wiggins Equipment. Count on Wiggins Electric for quick, efficient, and courteous service to keep you up and running. They provide you with the service and products you need at your most critical time. The 1-0, sky to right. Elijah Blanco has enough time to set up a camping chair, maybe roast some marshmallows, and regale us with a round of kumbaya before that ball comes down, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. We waltz through the bottom of the third. It's been a quick 3 frames. No score after 3 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back here at Legion Field in Fort Morgan, it's a scoreless ball game in the top of inning number 4. As the Mustangs and Vikings have a bit of a pitcher's duel going. We've played 3 full innings, just 1 hit allowed in the ball game. That was a leadoff single by Alfonso Medina by Valley to start the ball game. He was erased on a 6-4-3 double play. The Mustangs have drawn 3 walks on the day, plus a hit batsman. Brody Loveland will take a pitch out of the bottom of the strike zone for ball 1. Loveland grounded out to short his first time. Fourth inning brought to you by Buildings by Design. First impressions are important. Buildings by Design will make your vision a reality. Visit buildsbydesign.com. Loveland swings and misses to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Marquez, the pitch, pop up. Foul ground, first base side. Alvarez in hot pursuit, but he's going to run out of real estate as that ball will drift out of play beyond the Fort Morgan dugout. Ball 1, strike 2 on Brody Loveland. Marquez with the 1-2. Big slider down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Both pitchers have had stretches where the command has eluded them some. The 2-2 pitch just north of the strike zone. 3-2 now on from Marquez on Brody Loveland. The 3-2 pitch coming in hot, fouled out of play beyond the backstop. We'll try it again. Big news for the Mustangs as the Eaton Reds got a victory over the Sterling Tigers this afternoon. 10-2 was the final in that one. 3-2 pitch in tight, ball 4. Well, that is 3 out of the 4 innings that Valley has gotten the leadoff man aboard. They got the leadoff single in the first, a leadoff walk in the second, and now a leadoff walk here in the fourth. Check that, 4 out of 4 innings, because Signs drew a walk to start the third inning. So all 4 innings, Valley has gotten the leadoff man on. Seth Kistler ground out to second. He's going to show bunt, and he's going to take a pitch high for ball 1. Vikings already have a sacrifice bunt to their credit today. They were able to move a runner to second last inning on a sacrifice. The 1-0, just north of the strike zone again. 2 balls and no strikes, and again Kistler able to pull the bat away before the pitch arrived. Loveland off of first. The 2-0, runner takes off. The throw down to second is not going to be in time. Loveland got a good jump, and he'll get the stolen base. Kistler was swinging on the 2-0. I don't know if they were hunting the hit and run there, and it turned into a stolen base for Loveland, or if Kistler decided he saw a pitch up in the zone he wanted to take a hack at. Either way, it works out for Valley. Runner at second, nobody out. The 2-1, swing and a miss. Good change of speed from Marquez, and he really got Kistler tied up in knots. JJ looking for a punch out here. The 2-2 is lofted to center. Jaden Carrera camps underneath, makes the catch, and then uncorks a line drive throw to third to hold Loveland at second. Not only was that a heck of a catch, but an even better throw, keeping that runner from advancing. Loveland, of course, went and tagged, thought maybe he might take a chance, but an excellent throw from Carrera keeps him in his tracks, and it's 1 out, runner at second for Isaiah Romero. Romero drew a walk his first time, was thrown out trying to steal. First pitch on the way is a bender outside for ball 1. One-0. Breaking ball outside. Again, Elric tries to steal the strike, but the home plate umpire says, nope, it's too far off the plate and not going to buy what you're selling, young man. A 2-0 from Marquez. That one finds the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. JJ's got that buggy whip type delivery with the arm. So he really brings that arm back and then slings it forward. Low 3/4 delivery. Misses outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Not quite a sidearm delivery, but definitely a low 3/4 as he'll deliver the 3-1, and it's high and through the glove of the catcher Elric back to the screen. A walk to Romero, and to third goes Loveland on the pass ball.
Now batting, number 7, Dudley.
So now you've got runners at the corners, and the first real threat of the ball game by Valley. They did get a runner to third last inning, with 2 outs on a wild pitch, but Marquez was able to get out of the inning unscathed. Now he's got runners at first and third with only 1 out. As Marquez delivers the first offering to Caleb Dudley, the catcher, and it's up and in for ball 1. Dudley struck out, swinging on a pitch in the dirt his first time up. Toss over by Marquez to first. Romero will dive back in. Romero nearly had a stolen base the last time he was aboard. He got a huge jump at first. Practically took a running lead and would have been safe by at least a day, if not 2. And the man behind him, Caleb Dudley, hit a foul ball off the plate, and Romero had to go back and then was eventually thrown out. Ground ball over to short. They go to second for 1, and it's beyond the reach of Isaiah Ortiz and into right field. Loveland scores. It's going to be an E6 on Cooper Chisholm. And the Valley Vikings take the early lead. They are up 1-0 here in the top of the 4th. Chisholm was going to try to flip the double play and get the team out of the inning, but unfortunately he missed wide of the mark of his second baseman. So Dudley's aboard at first, Romero's on at third, and a run is in for the Valley Vikings. 1 out, still first and third now for Trent Mestis. Mestis a fly out to right his first time. First pitch popped up. Left side of the infield. Cooper Chisholm still on the infield dirt, about a step away from the outfield grass, able to make the catch. And that'll keep the runners at first and third with 2 outs now for Ivan Saenz. Saenz drew a walk his first time. Marquez at 56 pitches. Right-hander's first offering is down and in for ball 1. Still just 1 hit for Valley. They've got a run on a hit, no errors, and 1 left on. But they've been helped by 4 walks from Marquez. The 1-0 high, 2-0. That being said, the strike zone has been a little tight at times, and it's definitely had some interesting corners, to say the least. The 2-0, way outside, 3-0. Plenty of fans out for a Wednesday night of baseball here at the ballpark. Marquez behind 3-0 on Saenz. The pitch at the belt called a strike. Saenz had already tossed the bat aside and was jogging to first. He didn't even give the home plate umpire time to make the call. He just made it up in his mind that that was ball 4. Instead, it's a 3-1 count. See if Marquez can work his way back. The 3-1, that's outside ball 4. And that will load the bases with 2 away for Clay Gable. Gable dropped a successful sacrifice bunt.
Now batting number 22, Gable.
His first time up. Romero at third, Dudley at second. Saenz now at first with 2 down. Marquez with the first pitch, fastball poured in there for a strike to get ahead 0-1. Still a chance to get out of this inning with just the 1 run in for Valley, but you got to bear down. The 0-1 offering, swing and a miss, 0-2 on Gable. Marquez hunting the strikeout here. It would be a big one. The 0-2, wasted foul and out of play. Good job fighting that one off. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Just 2 punch-outs on the day for Marquez. The 0-2 again is a chopper foul. Third base line. Remains no balls and 2 strikes. Decent speed out there for Valley. The 0-2 way outside with a bender. Couldn't get Gable to chase. Still in the favor of the pitcher at a ball and 2 strikes. But a battle by Gable. The 1-2 pitches in the dirt. Strike 3. Picked up by Elric. He'll step on home plate to get the out with the bases loaded, and that will end the inning. But a run does come in to score on a throwing error by Cooper Chisholm. 1-0 Valley. We head to the bottom of the 4th on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Leading off for the Mustangs, number 6.
Bottom of the 4th inning, 1-0 Valley from Legion Field in Fort Morgan. Be prepared for everything life throws at you, from the fastballs to the curveballs. Gordon Insurance has got you covered. Visit GordonINS.com to learn more. Royer Alvarez, Isaiah Ortiz, Oakley Kennington, the 4, 5, 6 hitters. The heart of the order for Fort Morgan up against Seth Kistler as the big righty kicks and fires, and there's a soft liner to second. It's misplayed by Mestis, the second baseman, and it's going to turn in to a leadoff base runner for the Mustangs. That ball was a knuckler off the end of the bat on a soft liner to Mestis. He elected to wait back and play it off the hop, but when he did so, it ricocheted off the glove awkwardly, and then he got lost underneath his own feet. I'm going to have to go E4 there just because that's a ball that should have been played. The first pitch to Isaiah Ortiz is in for a called strike. Ortiz smashed a line drive to left his first time up, and again, the home plate, or the catcher behind home plate questions where Ortiz is at in the box as he's going to line one to short, and now a chance for the double play, but the throw back to first gets past the first baseman Gable. Alvarez broke hard on that line drive, which was snagged by Loveland on the line. Mustangs catch a break, though, as Alvarez is able to scramble back. The throw was not on the line. Oakley Kennington now, who drew a walk his first time, takes a pitch high for ball 1. Twice tonight, Caleb Dudley behind the plate for Valley has questioned where Isaiah Ortiz is set up in the batter's box. The 1-0 pitch is popped up to shallow left. Out on the edge of the grass is Brody Loveland, the shortstop, and he'll reel it in for out number 2. And Alvarez remains at first with 2 outs for Cooper Bolliard. First time there was a pretty lengthy conversation between the home plate umpire and Ortiz about where he was set up in the box in relation to the back line of the batter's box. This time he pretty much just told Ortiz to step back in. And on the next pitch, Ortiz lined out to short. First pitch breaking ball to Bolliard's in the dirt for ball 1. He drew a walk his first time. Mustangs got a handful of base runners early, but have been quiet since then. The 1-0, sky to shallow right. Out goes the second baseman, Mestis. He'll chase it down in front of his right fielder with the over-the-shoulder catch. And that'll set down the Mustangs in the 4th. We've played half a game, and the Mustangs trail 1-0 through 4 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Top of the fifth inning, 1-0 Valley from Legion Field in Fort Morgan. Our fifth inning is presented by Rudy's Tires. They've got locations across the plains, meaning there's always one nearby when you need them, and they can even come to you on the farm. Rudy's Tires brings you Eastern Plains Sports today, 3 p.m. weekdays on 1010 KSIR, and of course online at ksir.com. I'm Chris Bulbrom. Glad to have you guys along on this Wednesday night as the Mustangs look to snap a 2-game losing streak and defeat Valley for the second time this season, having lost back-to-back contests to the Sterling Tigers and the University Bulldogs. Fort Morgan had a run on just 2 hits against Sterling last Friday in a 4-1 loss to the Tigers. First pitch to Elijah Blanco's fouled back to the backstop for strike 1. Had no runs on 3 hits against University when these two teams met on Monday the 13th. Or those two teams, I should say. 0-1, fouled back. 0-2 on Blanco, struck out looking his first time up. Marquez, the tough luck losing pitcher right now. He's given up a run on just 1 hit. That one is hit sharply down the third base line and past Luis Hernandez over the third base bag. It'll be a stand-up double for Elijah Blanco. And the Valley Vikings have gotten the leadoff man on in every inning today. Just the second hit of the afternoon, and this one a bouncing double just inside the line over third past Luis Hernandez. Back to the top of the order, and Alfonso Medina, who poked a base hit to center field to start the game. Then was erased on a double play and then lined out to right his second time. He's officially 1 for 2 as he takes a pitch low and away for ball 1. Marquez ready. Medina ready. The 1-0. Lofted foul. Right side out of play. 1-1. Now a run on 2 hits for the Vikings. Each team's committed an error defensively, but the one by the Mustangs looms large as that's the one that gave Valley their run. The 1-1 pitch. Bouncer back towards the mound, a swinging bump. Medina can fly, and he will reach. An infield single on the swinging bunt by Medina, and he's aboard, pushing the runner to third with nobody out. Blanco 90 feet away from building on this 1-0 advantage for Valley. Brody Loveland is grounded out and walked today, 0 for 1 on the evening. The sun sets here in northeast Colorado on this Wednesday night. The lights firing up at the ballpark. The first pitch to Loveland drops in there for a strike, 0-1. Fort Morgan in their last 3 ball games have been held to just 5 hits and 1 run so far. A run on 2 hits against Sterling. No runs on 3 hits against University. So far, no runs, no hits against Valley. The 0-1. Popped up, foul ground, Alvarez in pursuit. That one's going to get out of play, 0-2. And for a team that was putting up runs in bunches to start the season, this is unusual territory for them. 7-5, 17-2, 10-4, 17-6, 10-0, 18-5, 10-0, 16-3, 12-9, the win over Eaton earlier this season. Like, they were scoring runs in bunches as they get a pickoff throw over to first. They get the runner caught between first and second in the rundown, and they get the tag applied on Medina. And Medina trying to argue that he was safe, but the home plate umpire says, no, you're not. So it'll go down as a caught stealing on the 1, 3, 4, 3 put out. Blanco never got a clean opportunity to make a break for home, so he stays at third. There's one out. 0-2 the count on Loveland. The 0-2 pitch is ripped to the gap. Right center field, it's going to find grass. In to score is Blanco. Loveland diving into second. He's in there safely with the RBI double. That 0-2 pitch got a little too much of the plate, and Loveland was able to take it the other way to right center field to make it a 2-0 Valley lead in the top of the fifth.
Number 15, Kistler.
Seth Kistler now 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly out. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Vikings. 1 out in the inning, and Marquez going to step off the back of the rubber and take a look at Loveland out at second. JJ gets the sign from Elric, now sets. First pitch to Kistler is in there for a strike. It's one of those stretches as a baseball team where you kind of feel like you're cursed by the baseball gods. The pitch misses away, 1 ball and 1 strike. You know this team's capable of putting up the runs and the hits, but right now they just can't seem to get everything moving in the right direction. The 1-1 to Kistler. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And again, Marquez not pitching poorly today. The offense just hasn't been there to bail him out. The 1-2 to Kistler. See ya, called strike 3 as he paints the outside corner. Kistler unhappy as he heads back to the dugout. But there's 2 outs now and a runner at second. A chance to get out of this inning with just the 1 run in and make it a 2-run ball game heading to the bottom of the 5th. The Mustangs have 9 outs to work with offensively. Isaiah Romero, first pitch swinging, golfs one out to left center. Crossing over in front of his center fielder, Oakley Kennington. The lefty will make the catch, and that will retire the side. But the Vikings played a run on an RBI double from Brody Loveland, the shortstop. They lead at 2-0. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 2-0 Vikings on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Bottom 5, the Mustangs trail 2-0 here at home at Legion Field as they take on the Valley Vikings, who have a 2-0 lead thanks to a run in the 4th and a run in the 5th. They've out-hit Fort Morgan 4-0. Seth Kistler tossing a no-hitter at this point.
Leading off for the Mustangs, number 1, Frank Urias.
Frank Urias, Luis Hernandez, Cooper Chisholm, the 8-9-1 hitters against Kistler, who's thrown 59 pitches at this point after a slow start to the game has really settled in. Urias struck out his first time, and he'll take a pitch low for ball 1. Kistler at this point has thrown 4 innings of shutout baseball, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and of course the no hits. The 1-0 inside, 2-0 on Frankie. Marquez has not pitched poorly. He's gone 5 innings, given up 2 runs, both earned on 4 hits, has walked 5, struck out 4. The 2-0 to Frank, fouled off the catcher Dudley. 2 balls and 1 strike. plate umpire going to give Dudley a moment, make sure he's okay. He says he is, so he'll put the mask back on and get ready for the 2-1 offering from his pitcher. Kistler gets the sign, shakes the first, then nods. Deep breath, shrugs the shoulders. The 2-1, just north of the strike zone. 3 balls and 1 strike. We'll say Seth Kistler has a very clean, repeatable delivery. It's one of the reasons he's had so much success in his high school career. The 3-1 pitch popped up, foul and out of play. 3 balls and 2 strikes. We talked about Valley at 8-5, right on the heels of the Fort Morgan Mustangs. These two teams fairly evenly matched across the board. The 3-2 from Kistler, high, ball 4. So Frank Urias draws the leadoff walk. He's aboard for Luis Hernandez. Louis with a deep fly ball to left field, his first time up. Pushed Isaiah Romero back, but could not push that ball beyond the reach of the left fielder, who was able to reel it in. First pitch high to Hernandez for ball 1. Despite the quality pitching performance from Kistler, just 36-30 strikes to balls of his 66 pitches. Pitch delivered, a little bloop down the right field line. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Urias gets the wave around second. He'll coast into third. And the first hit of the ball game belongs to Luis Hernandez. A little duck snort behind first, drops in there, and now there's runners at the corners with nobody out for the top of the order in Cooper Chisholm. Chisholm 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out, and that's going to prompt a visit from head coach Steve Kistler as he's going to take the slow walk to the mound and gather the infield as well. This may be a pitching change for the Valley Vikings. He's got the lineup card in his hand. Be surprised if he goes to his bullpen here. Seth at 67 pitches certainly has plenty of bullets left. 110, the official pitch limit in high school baseball. I think this is more a question of what are we going to do defensively with runners at first and third and nobody out? How do we play this here? 2-0 Valley, but the Mustangs have the tying runs on with Urias at third and Hernandez at first. Cooper Chisholm, as consistent as they get at the top of the order in terms of batting average, on base percentage, etc. The left-handed hitting shortstop settles in. The right-hander Kistler out of the stretch, checks on the runners before he sets. First pitch, and Chisholm shows bunt, pitches in the dirt, ricochets off Dudley. The catcher, Urias, coming home. He will slide in on the wild pitch. So they cut the deficit in half on the wild pitch. That'll put Hernandez at second now for Chisholm. The tying run in scoring position with nobody out. A huge pitch there to bring in the run. And excellent work by Chisholm directing his base runner at third and bringing him home. A 1-0 pitch, bumped by Chisholm, and a good one down the third base line. No play for Seth Kistler. That was an excellent bunt by Cooper Chisholm to get himself on, and Coach Steve Kistler comes out and has a chat with the home plate umpire. I'm not entirely sure what his argument is, unless he's saying that Cooper stepped out of the box on the bunt attempt. I'm not entirely sure, but I think they were saying that he was out of the box, or arguing that he was out of the box when he made contact, but not going to win that argument with the home plate umpire. Jaden Carrera now with runners at first and third, still nobody out. In a 2-1 ball game, tying run 90 feet away for Fort Morgan. Go-ahead run on at first with great wheels in Cooper Chisholm. Carrera 0 for 1, a walk and a ground out. He'll try to bunt, and he'll bunt it foul as he chips it off the plate and down the third base side, 0-1. Hernandez has to be aware at third base and watch for anything in the dirt. See if he can move up on it and tie this ball game up. Pitch delivered, and it is bunted foul towards the Fort Morgan dugout on the third base side. We'll try it again. This time, no balls and 2 strikes on Carrera. Luis Hernandez, the first hit of the ball game moments ago for Fort Morgan. He's at third. A bunt single from Cooper Chisholm. He's at first. 2-1 Valley, bottom 5. The 0-2 in the dirt. That one gets away from Dudley, but not far enough for Hernandez to come home. Credit Dudley as he was able to keep an eye on the runner at third and not allow any advancement. Hernandez off of third, Chisholm off of first. Kistler comes set. The righty delivers, and it is sprayed foul by Carrera. Still no ball, or 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fort Morgan faithful trying to will their club to a come-from-behind victory. Trailing 2-1, bottom of 5. 1-2 on Carrera. The pitch. Fought off foul at the plate. Good work by Carrera to just get a piece of it. And he'll get another crack at it. Kistler eyes and delivers. Bouncer back to the mound. Gloved by Kistler. The throw to second is short. Gloved there. The throw to the plate. Diving in safely is Hernandez. The throw gets away, and Carrera will move to second. It'll go down as a fielder's choice and an RBI on the grounder back to the mound. Kistler does get the out at second on the 1-6 putout, but the run does come in to score.
Starting for the Mustangs, number 10, Riley.
But the throw to the plate by the shortstop misses the catcher, Dudley, and that puts Carrera at second as the go-ahead run. It's 2-2 with 1 out, and Riley Elrick, the catcher, is at the plate for the Mustangs. A big moment late in this ball game. Elrick 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts. Kistler's first pitch, breaking ball, drops in for a strike, 0-1. Elrick is flown to right, he's flown to left. Kistler. Long look to second. Now the offering. That one, another breaking ball. Misses a little further south. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just 2 hits in the inning for the Mustangs, but they've tied the ball game. The 1-1. Popped up. Shallow right. Back goes the second baseman, Mestis. He'll make the catch. And there are now 2 outs in the inning with a runner at second base for Royer Alvarez, the cleanup man, the team leader in RBIs. Hit by a pitch. He's also reached on an error. He hit a soft liner to second that Mestis tried to play on the hop rather than charging in to play it in the air. And it ate him up in the process. Go ahead run at second. Base hit here should give Fort Morgan the lead. Runner takes off for third. Swing and a miss. Throw down to third. And in safely is Carrera with the stolen base. Now a base hit definitely scores the go-ahead run. A wild pitch or a pass ball could do the same. Big stolen base for Carrera. 0-1 on Alvarez. The pitch, breaking ball, drops on the inside corner for a called strike. Royer was fooled badly on that breaking ball. He ducked and moved out of the way like it was going to hit him, and it dived onto the inside corner. Kistler ready, the 0-2, fought off foul by Alvarez. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Give the Mustangs credit. They have not gone quietly, and despite their struggles offensively, have managed to knot this ball game up. Another 0-2. That one lined to center field. Dying liner, and a diving catch is made by Alfonso Medina in center field. What a snag by Medina to end the inning and keep this a 2-2 ball game. That is the play of the game so far in this one. The Mustangs play 2. We're tied at 2 each, heading to the 6th on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Top of the 6th inning, 2-2 our score as the Mustangs played a pair in the bottom of the 5th to tie it up. And J.J. Marquez looking for a quick top of the 6th inning. 81 pitches for the senior right-hander. 48 of those for strikes, 33 out of the zone. He's going to get Caleb Dudley, Trent Mestis, and Ivan Signs, the 5, 6, 7 hitters for the Vikings. Dudley is 0 for 2. He's struck out and reached on an error today as the Valley catcher. Marquez off the hook for the loss. At worst right now could get a no decision depending on how things play out. Assuming he keeps this ball game tied, he'll start Dudley off with a strike. Marquez, 5 innings of work, 2 runs given up, both earned. 4 hits, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts for the righty as he kicks and deals and gets a swinging strike to get ahead 0-2. Five flyouts, 3 groundouts on the day. The 0-2 just below the knees. Dudley lays off, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, 110 pitches is the limit, as that 1-2 pitch is a breaking ball up and in. 2 balls and 2 strike, excuse me. So 25 pitches left at his disposal as J.J. Marquez. The 2-2 swing and a foul tip into the glove. Down on strikes is Dudley for the first out. 5 punch-outs today for J.J. And he'll get Trent Mestis, the second baseman, with nobody on and 1 out. 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, 5 left on for Valley. 2 runs, 2 hits, an error, and 5 left on for Fort Morgan as the first pitch to Mestis is in for a strike. Trent's flown out twice today. He's popped out to right and popped out to short. The 0-1 missed by a smidge. 1 ball and 1 strike. All 4 runs in the ball game scored in the last 2 innings. The 1-1 pitch on the inside corner, 1-2 now to Mestis. Been a fairly quick ball game, an hour 34. We're in the top of the 6th with 1 out. 1-2, that one ricocheted off home plate and then I think caught the catcher, or the umpire, excuse me, off the mask. He says he's okay as it clanged off the protective frame surrounding the face of the home plate umpire. Riley Elrick will check on him as well. He says, that's my bad for not knocking that ball down. It ricocheted up and clocked the home plate umpire right in the mask, but he says he's okay. Oh no, they're going to say that was off the bat, a foul ball. I thought that took an awkward angle as that pitch misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes, so it was called a foul ball. So the 2-2 is roped out towards left center. Long run for both the center and left fielders. It's going to split between the 2 and find its way to the fence, and Trent Mestis has a 1-out double. So Mestis gets aboard with 1 away, representing the go-ahead run for Valley. Ivan Sayens, the third baseman now, has walked twice today. No official at-bat in the scorebook. Valley tonight, by the way, hitting just 200 with runners in scoring position. They are 2 for 10 in this situation. And the base runner, Mestis, has to adjust the gear at second base. Now he says he's ready to go as the first pitch grazes the top of the strike zone to Sayens for strike 1. Marquez with the 0-1, liner to second over Isaiah Ortiz, who climbs the ladder to try to reel it in, but he cannot quite get there. He needed about 4 more inches of vertical or 4 more inches of leather on the glove to pull that one down, but he could not. It's a base hit for Sayens. The runner at second had to hold to make sure that ball wasn't caught, so it's first and third, 1 out for Clay Gable, the first baseman. Gable has struck out swinging today, and he's also got a sacrifice bunt on the evening. 0 for 1 officially. First pitch swinging. He was way late in the fastball from Marquez as he went after him with the high cheddar. 0-1. Mestis at third. The go-ahead run for Valley. It's 2-2. Top of the 6th. 1 out. First and third for the Vikings. The 0-1 on the outside corner. 0-2. Good news for Marquez is you're at the bottom of the order. You've got the 8-hole hitter at the plate in Gable, the 9-hole hitter behind him in Blanco. So chance to get out of this inning, still tied at 2. Toss over to first, and Sayens is back in there. A double for Mestis, a base hit for Sayens. First and third, 1 out. The 0-2 to Gable with the runner moving, and it's fought off foul, and Sayens will go back to first. Still 0-2 on Gable. Scheduled start time was 6 p.m. We got started a little bit later than that. The JV game went a little bit on the longer side by the time they reset the field, took infield, outfield for both teams, etc. We got started at about 6:19. Pitch in the dirt, ricochets off of Elric on the breaking ball. Mestis comes in to score on the wild pitch. A stolen base for Sands. He was moving on the pitch, so he'll get credit for the steal, but the wild pitch plates the go-ahead run for Valley. They're up 3-2. 1-2 now on Gable. Marquez kicks and fires, and he blows the fastball past Gable for strike 3. So a big punch out for the second out. A chance for Marquez and the Mustangs to get to the bottom of the 6th inning down just a run. Elijah Blanco, the 9-hole hitter. A double inside the third baseline his last time up, 1 for 2 as he fouls the first pitch to the screen for strike 1. Struck out looking his first time, did Blanco. The 0-1 is grounded to third. Hernandez has got it, shuffles the feet, throw in the dirt, but it's picked out by Alvarez, and that does the inning. But for the third inning in a row, Valley puts a run on the board. They now lead it 3-2. Bottom 6th on the way on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Bottom 6, 3-2 Valley here at Legion Field in Fort Morgan as the Mustangs look to snap a 2-game losing streak and pick up their 10th win of the year. Meanwhile, the Vikings looking to extend Fort Morgan's streak to 3 straight losses and move their record to 9-5. I'm Chris Bullbraun. Be sure to check out the Eastern Plains Sports Network and stay connected on all our social media platforms. Follow at Eastern Plains Sports Network on Facebook and Instagram to see what games we're covering, get pictures from ones we're at, and more. We also have several regular podcasts on our Spotify page. Give the Eastern Plains Sports Network a like, follow, and subscription on all our social media platforms today. Ortiz, Kennington, Bolliard, 5, 6, and 7 in the order for Fort Morgan. 0 for 2 with a pair of lineouts today is Isaiah Ortiz. He's hit the ball hard twice today, and twice he has hit it right into the glove of a defender. He'll take a pitch high and tight for ball 1. Seth Kistler, 83 pitches on the day. Back on top as the pitcher of record and would be in line for the victory if the Vikings can hang on to this narrow lead. He's held the Mustangs to just 2 runs on 2 hits. The 1-0, breaking ball down and in, 2 balls, no strikes. Considering this will probably finish a low-scoring game in some capacity, whether the Mustangs come back and take the lead or the Vikings finish this one off, as the 2-0's too far inside and it hits Ortiz. And he's aboard to start the bottom of the 6th inning. Seth Kistler arguing with the home plate umpire that Ortiz is all of a half foot off the plate in the batter's box. They've been arguing about Ortiz's setup in the batter's box all game long. Kistler now sharing his thoughts with the field umpire as well. Oakley Kennington, a walk and a fly out at the plate. First pitch, Kennington shows bunt, pitch way outside, and the wild pitch is going to move Ortiz to second. Now the tying run in scoring position with nobody out. Kennington was willing to give himself up on the sacrifice, but now he doesn't have to. Or if he wants to sacrifice here, depending on what Coach Langford has him do, he could push that tying run 90 feet away with 1 out. 1-0, not showing bunt, takes a pitch high, 2-0. Kistler's missed with 5 straight out of the zone to start the inning. It was behind 2-0 against Ortiz before he hit him. Now he's behind 2-0 against Kennington. The 2-0 pitch, that one's in there for a strike. Spoke too soon. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Ortiz, great speed at second. The 2-1 pitch. Kennington takes it up and in. 3 balls and a strike. Kistler, his next pitch will be his 90th. Marquez sitting at 101 on the day. So probably see the bullpen in the 7th for the Mustangs. The 3-1, Bender drops into the bottom of the zone. 3-2 on Kennington. Mustangs have definitely put together some deep counts against the righty. As Kistler comes set, the payoff pitch. Up and away, ball 4. So Oakley Kennington.
Now batting number 7, Cooper.
Coach Steve Kistler from the dugout comes out and says, "Is that outside?" Home plate umpire nods yes, and Kistler just gives him the death stare in disagreement. Both teams have definitely had their disagreements today with the umpires, particularly the guy behind the plate. And at 91 pitches, Steve Kistler is going to pop out of the dugout and stroll to the mound to have a chat. Second time today we've gotten a visit to the mound from Coach Kistler to talk things over with the squad on the bump, and I believe that is going to do it for Seth, and Seth is less than pleased as he heads to the dugout. He tried to plead his case with Dad, but Coach Kistler is going to take the ball and go to the bullpen to try to finish off this ball game for Valley. 3-2 Vikings. We're in the top of inning number 6. Or excuse me, bottom of inning number 6. And we're going to see a new arm on the hill for the Vikings, and we'll see some changes around the diamond as well. Looks like the new pitcher will be the shortstop, Brody Loveland. We're going to see some changes elsewhere defensively. Looks like they're going to put Alfonso Medina at shortstop. Trying to see who they've got now in center field. So I don't believe Kistler stayed in the ball game defensively. If he did, oh, there he comes. So Kistler is going to take over at first base. The only question is who's in the outfield defensively for the Vikings, with Alfonso Medina moving in from center to play shortstop in place of Brody Loveland. So we'll finish sorting through those changes while Loveland finishes his warm-up tosses on the mound. Let's take a look at the numbers for Loveland this season on the hill. The senior making his 7th appearance of the season. He's got a 1-0 record. 5.88 ERA. He's thrown 8 1/3 innings, has given up 11 hits, 10 runs, 7 earned. Has walked 8 and struck out 11 in those 8 1/3 innings. Couple more tosses for him and he'll be ready to go. Kistler is responsible for both base runners, Isaiah Ortiz and Oakley Kennington. Kistler plunked Ortiz to start the inning. and then walked.
Attention fans, now pitching for the Vikings. Number 1, Brody
Oakley
Loveland.
Kennington.
At the plate for the Mustangs, number 7, Cooper Boyer.
We'll get the rest of the changes for you defensively momentarily for the Vikings, as Cooper Bolyard will step in with 2 on and nobody out. Tying run at second, go-ahead run at first. Corners are in for the Vikings, and the breaking ball is down and away for ball 1. As showing bunt on the play was Bolyard, but he takes the bat back and watches it in the dirt. Looks like Isaiah Romero still in left and Elijah Blanco still in right. So the question is, who's the new center fielder? Not who's on first, what's on second, as the 1-0 is bunted back to the screen by Bolyard. Ball 1, strike 1.
All right, Mom. Frankie.
Kistler, the new first baseman, in line for the win if his bullpen can hang on to the lead.
Pull your head out, Frankie. Jeez. Getting us in trouble over here.
Spinning a throw back to second, and back in safely with a dive is Ortiz. Corbin Holman is the new center fielder for Valley, as he was able to turn around, and I could see the number on the back of the jersey. At least I believe that's a 5. Bender from Loveland misses low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike, as he's given Bolyard a steady dose of breaking balls, knowing that Bolyard's trying to move that tying run to third and the go-ahead run to second. The 2-1, there's a fastball in there for a strike. 2-2. Bolyard, the freshman, watching that one all the way after he pulled back the bunt. Got extra base pop in the bat, does the young hitter. The average not ideal, but he can definitely swing it with the best of them. The 2-2 in the dirt. 3-2 now on Bolyard. He's already drawn a walk today. Had his first time up. Flew out his last time on a fly ball to shallow right. 2 on, nobody out. 3-2 Valley, bottom 6. Deep breath from Loveland out of the stretch. The payoff pitch home, down and in, ball 4. And that will load the bases for the Mustangs. Tying run in Isaiah Ortiz now at third. Oakley Kennington, the go-ahead run at second. Cooper Bolyard on at first for Frank Urias, who drew a walk and would come around to score the first run of the ball game for Fort Morgan in a 2-run 5th. Now he bats with the bases loaded, nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch to Frankie, takes a healthy hack, but comes up empty for strike 1.
We'll win it, kid. Let's go, Frankie.
Urias watches one that drops in there, missing, I'm guessing low. Maybe a touch outside, look close. The 1-1 offering from Loveland as he works out of the windup. Swing and a foul tip into the glove, and he's gotten ahead of Urias. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Long look in from Loveland. The 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Got him with a high breaking ball. Urias couldn't lay off it. 1 away on the strikeout, and a big one there for Brody Loveland. Now Luis Hernandez, who finally broke through for the Mustangs and got him their first hit of the day. in that 5th inning on a little bloop behind first. He would score the tying run for the Mustangs to make it a 2-2 ball game. Bases still loaded, 1 out. The 1-0 misses up and in, 2 balls and no strikes. So right now, if you're Hernandez, you don't offer unless it is within the tiniest of spots that you feel like you can do the most damage. It's got to be an absolutely perfect pitch. 2-0 in the dirt, 3-0. And now Loveland is a pitch away from tying this ball game up. The righty into his windup, the 3-0 in there with a strike. Hernandez taken all the way. 3 balls, 1 strike. You knew odds were that he wasn't going to offer there. Now the 3-1, down and in, ball 4. And the Vikings have walked in the tying run. Hernandez to first. In to score is Ortiz. It's a 3-3 ball game. And now a tough spot for Valley because you've got the bases loaded and 1 out and the top of the order in Cooper Chisholm. Chisholm a strikeout, a ground out, and a bunt single his last time up. Go ahead run at third as the first pitch is down and in for ball 1, down around the shoe tops of Chisholm. Cooper has cemented himself as one of the top ball players in the 3A classification over the last few years as the left-handed hitter takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Loveland peers over the glove for the sign, now has it. The 1-1. Bouncer over to first. Kistler's got it. He's going to come home for the force out as they get the lead runner in Kennington. Kistler thought about going to first and then went, wait a minute, I can get this throw home and get the force out. Even though they couldn't get Chisholm on the back end, the fielder's choice does prevent the run from scoring. So it stays a 3-3 ball game. And it's going to take some 2-out magic from the Mustangs to take the lead here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a strike from Loveland. And I'll be honest, if Loveland can get out of this with just the tying run coming across, it's going to be a bit of a minor miracle. The 0-1. Down and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. You come in with 2 on, nobody out. You load the bases with 1 out, walk in the tying run, and then somehow manage to eke out of this with just a tie ball game. That's an impressive stat, but it's not going to happen as a breaking ball goes in and out of the glove of Caleb Dudley, the catcher, and the pass ball brings in the go-ahead run for the Mustangs. Just a high bender that didn't break like it was supposed to, and Dudley couldn't squeeze it completely, and it gets all the way to the screen. Other runners advance as well, so Hernandez is now at third, Chisholm at second, and it's a 2-1 count on Jaden Carrera. Carrera has walked, grounded out, and hit into a fielder's choice on the day. 4-3 Mustangs, bottom 6. The 2-1. Wasted foul as Carrera leans on that one and sends it over the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Both teams with a healthy contingent of fans tonight. The 2-2 popped up. Right side, foul ground. It's going to outrun all three defenders in pursuit, and it will stay a 2-2 count on Carrera. Considering it's just a 60-mile drive from Gilcrest to Fort Morgan, no surprise that Valley brought a great group of fans along with them, and of course the Fort Morgan faithful always show out here at home. Another 2-2 pitch to Carrera. That one's up and in, and it gets away. And here comes Hernandez, and he will score. And it's now a 5-3 Fort Morgan lead on another pass ball by Caleb Dudley. Both of those pitches that got away are pitches that were in the glove of Dudley, and he just could not squeeze them. Not great pitches by any stretch of the imagination, but pitches that Dudley should have had, especially with his abilities behind home plate. He's one of the better catchers in the classification. The 3-2 fouled out of play by Carrera. We'll try it again on the 3-2. Valley has out-hit Fort Morgan 6-2 tonight. But the Mustangs have scratched out 5 runs. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss as Carrera couldn't lay off the high breaking ball. But a pair of pass balls have given the Fort Morgan Mustangs the lead. They lead at 5-3, looking for 3 outs in the top of the 7th to snap their 2-game losing streak and defeat the Vikings for the 2nd time this season. We head to the 7th, 5-3 Mustangs on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Salisbury Supply and Carpet.
All right, the top of the 7th inning, the Mustangs need 3 outs to pick up the victory. They lead 5-3 over the Valley Vikings. And they're going to turn to Royer Alvarez to try to close this one up and pick up the save on the mound. Changes defensively around the diamond for the Mustangs as Alvarez moves from first to the mound. He'll be replaced at first base by Frank Urias.
Now pitching for the Mustangs.
And in right field for Fort Morgan is now Jordan Perez.
Leading off for the Vikings, number 4, Medina.
For the Mustangs, Alvarez making his 5th appearance of the year. He's 2-0 on the season. He gets the top of the order, and he'll spike one in the dirt to start 1-0. Alvarez, 12 innings, 8 runs all earned. That one is hit on one hard hop over to third. Luis Hernandez has got it, and the throw over to first is in time to retire Medina for the first out. Medina unhappy with himself as he clocked that one square, but right at the third baseman. He spiked the bat down the first base line in frustration. 16 hits, 6 walks, 12 strikeouts in those 12 innings for Alvarez. The ERA sitting at 4.67, but he gets a big first out. Brody Loveland, a ground out, a walk, and a double today. He'll bounce one down the third baseline foul for strike 1. The offense still not clicking on all cylinders for the Mustangs right now as they've been held to 3 or fewer hits over their last 3 games. The 0-1 is a nasty breaking ball that finds the inside corner against Loveland, and it's 0-2. Alvarez, a big right-hander with some nasty stuff. He'll wind and fire, and that pitch missed the glove of Elric, and I think may have ricocheted off the shoulder. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Brody Loveland. Ball looked like it went through the glove and off the shoulder guard of Elric. The 1-2 pitch home in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Loveland. With those 2 runs coming in by the Mustangs, they've now put Kistler on the hook for the tough luck loss as Loveland floats one foul down the right side, and it will fall in foul territory. So a long strike sends him back to the plate. Kistler in line for the loss. 5 innings of work, 4 runs given up, 3 earned on just the 2 hits. Walked 5, struck out 2. Also hit a pair of batters. The 2-2 again. Swing and a miss. Alvarez with a fastball blown past Brody Loveland for the second out. And now the Vikings are down to their final out as Seth Kistler will step into the box against Alvarez. Marquez in line for the victory. Alvarez a chance for the save. Kistler in line for the loss. The first pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Seth Kistler cannot believe it. He is just standing there staring down at the strike zone going, okay, all right. The 0-1 is looped past the second baseman and into right field for a base hit. So a 2-out knock off the bat of Seth Kistler puts him on for Isaiah Romero. Romero, pair of walks and a flyout today. He's been aboard twice, 0 for 1 officially. 7th hit of the day for the Vikings.
Romero.
Kistler off of first. Being held there by Urias. Romero awaits the first pitch in the dirt. It's going to get past Elric, and Kistler is going to end up at second on the wild pitch. This is where that insurance run from Fort Morgan looms large, and now we're going to get a runner at second as they're going to replace Kistler with Canyon Jolly. Jolly will come in and replace Kistler, who can re-enter defensively if Valley somehow forces the bottom of the 7th inning. Tying run at the plate in Romero. The 1-0 is hit sharply into left field for a base knock. They're going to wave Jolly around third. The throw home is up the line, and in to score is Canyon Jolly on the RBI single from Isaiah Romero. And it is a 5-4 ball game. A 2-out knock from Isaiah Romero has cut it to a 1-run game. And now the tying run at first for Valley. And again, that 3rd run in that 6th inning for Fort Morgan is the difference maker. That second pass ball that plated a run to make it a 5-3 ball game. 5-4 now for Caleb Dudley. Dudley has reached on an error and has struck out twice, and he'll take a first pitch strike from Royer Alvarez. The error came on a ground ball to short that Chisholm tried to fire to second for a double play and sailed into right field. That plated the first run of the day for Valley back in the 4th inning. Vikings have scored at least a run in every inning since the 4th. Alvarez trying to keep it at just the 1. Here's a roller towards short. Chisholm's got it. He'll shuffle the feet, fire to first, and the Mustangs come from behind to win it. 5-4 the final as Alvarez shuts the door, and the Valley Vikings, despite out-hitting Fort Morgan 8-2 on the evening, fall short in their second meeting with the Mustangs this year. Post-game show coming up next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back here at Legion Field in Fort Morgan, one final time to wrap things up as the Fort Morgan Mustangs come from behind to snatch a victory from the Valley Vikings by a final score of 5-4. Our postgame show is brought to you by Western Engineering Consultants. Since 2003, providing a big firm product with small firm relationships. Visit westerneci.com to learn more. Final line score in this one for the visiting Vikings: 4 runs on 8 hits. They left 2 on, or excuse me, they committed 2 errors and left 7 on. For Morgan, 5 runs on just 2 hits, 1 error. They stranded 6 base runners. The win belongs to J.J. Marquez. He goes 6 innings, gives up 3 runs, all earned on 6 hits, walked 5, struck out 6. The loss belongs to Seth Kistler. 5 innings of work for Seth. He gave up 4 runs, 3 earned on 2 hits, walked 5, hit 2, and struck out a pair. The save is Royer Alvarez. 1 inning of work, 1 run given up. It was an earned run on 2 hits, no walks, and a strikeout. That win for the Mustangs snaps their slide at 2, but the offense still not as sharp as they'd like it. Just 2 hits on the day, and that's the 3rd game in a row that Fort Morgan has been held to 3 or fewer hits. They were held to a run on 2 hits against Sterling last Friday. On Monday, held to no runs on 3 hits against University in a shutout loss. And tonight, even though they come back and win 5-4, just 2 hits for the offense in this one. And it was thanks to a couple of pass balls in that 3-run 6th inning that plated the tying and ultimately, or excuse me, the go-ahead and ultimately winning runs for Fort Morgan, as they got the tying run on the bases loaded walk, and then a pass ball gave them the lead at 4-3. They get another pass ball to plate another run to make it 5-3. The 2-run single to knock in a run for Valley in the top of the 7th to make it 5-4. But Alvarez gets the ground ball to short to end the ball game and seal the 5-4 victory. Credit the Valley Vikings, a run each in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th innings as they just steadily kept chipping away at the Mustangs. But 2 runs in the 5th, 3 in the 6th, and a scrappy Fort Morgan team finds a way to snatch a victory from the jaws of defeat. Our player of the game in this one is presented by Premier Farm Credit. For over 100 years, providing affordable, reliable, and consistent credit. Visit PremierACA.com to learn more. On a day where hits were at a premium for the Mustangs, it's hard to find somebody on the offensive side that would get the nod, but Luis Hernandez, the 9-hole hitter, finishes the day 1 for 2 with a walk, a single, a run batted in on the bases loaded walk, and a couple of runs scored. He was the guy that was most consistent on the night for the Fort Morgan Mustangs, hitting out of that 9-hole. He got the ball back to Cooper Chisholm at the top of the order on a number of occasions, and again, plated 2 of the team's 5 runs in this one, including that come from behind go-ahead run on the pass ball in the 6th inning. So on the offensive side of things, tip your cap to Luis Hernandez in this one, our Premier Farm Credit player of the game. On the defensive side, I want to tip my cap to J.J. Marquez. He put in a workhorse effort tonight. 6 innings, gives up just the 3 runs, scattered 6 hits, did walk 5, but struck out 6. It was a night where it was up and down. It was back and forth. It was a bit of a roller coaster. The strike zone varied from one batter to the next, but J.J. just went out there and just kept pitching, and he just kept chewing away at innings. Got them into the 7th inning, which is exactly what you want out of your starter. You get Alvarez in there, a fresh arm to finish it off. But I thought J.J. Marquez really put in a solid performance today to pick up the win on the mound for the Mustangs. So Fort Morgan picks up their 10th win of the season. They are now 10-4. The Vikings fall to 8-6. Taking a look at the upcoming schedule for the Fort Morgan Mustangs with this victory in the books. Let's see what they've got on tap for the remainder of the week. As we mentioned, the game against Platte Valley that was scheduled on Friday has now been moved to tomorrow. That will be at Platte Valley at 3:30 because of impending weather expected on Friday with cooler temperatures and a chance of rain, even a freeze warning or freeze watch in effect for Friday night into Saturday. They've elected to move that game to tomorrow at 3:30. We'll have the action for you right here on B106 and B106.com as Kevin Fergus will bring you the action tomorrow afternoon. And then next week, they get Weld Central and Strasburg at home against Weld and at Strasburg on the 23rd of April. That's a quick peek at the schedule coming up for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. But tonight, they get to go home and enjoy a W. Big shout out to the entire Eastern Plains Sports Network cast and crew, to Dylan back at the studios for running things, and to all of you for spending your Wednesday night with us for Fort Morgan Mustang baseball. Once again, the final in this one, the Mustangs come from behind and win it 5-4 our final. I'm Chris Bullbrom signing off, reminding you, no lollygagging around the diamond, okay? We'll see you back here soon for more Mustang baseball on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.